Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Om Jnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vaishnava Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So I'll take the text 3 today and finish it. Nigama kalpa taro galitam phalam Shuka mukhad amrita drava samyutam Pibata bhagavatam rasmalayam Muhuraho rasika bhuvi bhavukaha. Translation, because we have already done the word-to-word meaning. O expert and thoughtful man, relish Srimad Bhagavatam, the mature fruit of the desired tree of Vedic literatures. It emanated from the lips of Sri Sukadeva Goswami. Therefore, this fruit has become even more tasteful, although its nectarian juice was already releasable for all, including liberated souls. So we discussed till Nigama Kalpataro Galitam Phalam Shuka Mukhada Amrita Sayuta. So Bhagavatam has to be received by Bhagavatas. Bhagavatam, what is that Chaitanya Charitamrita sloka? Bhagavatas, Giyo Bhagavatas Thane, that one should learn Bhagavatam by taking shelter of Bhagavatas, devotees. Why? Because they have taken shelter of Krishna and devotees. So it is also said that Bhagavatam means that belongs to Bhagwan as the proprietor. Like Dhanavan. Dhanavan means somebody who possesses dhana. Balvan. It means somebody who possesses bala, strength. Like that, Bhagavatam is that literature whose owner is Swayam Bhagavan, Sri Krishna himself. Why? Because Bhagavatam is nothing but the stories of devotees of the Lord, right? Like in what do you say? In they post stories, right? Story, they stay for one day, but Bhagavatam stories stay for eternal time. And since these devotees, they are the property of Bhagavan, so for that reason, Bhagavatam is also the property of Bhagavan. Right? So Bhagavatam belongs to Swayam Bhagavan. Then we discussed about how this fruit is the mature fruit. So Vedas itself has, knowledge about all subject matter, and Bhagavatam is the essence of all that subject matter. So we were discussing about fruits, and some devotees said that we have coconut fruit which falls down and then it doesn't break. But then coconut fruit is something like this, that you put your mouth in front of the coconut fruit when it is falling down, then see what happens. What will happen? Your shape will change, right? So, to have the coconut tree or to relish the coconut tree, what do you need? You need an expert person who can break open the juice for you. Then you can drink very peacefully, right? Similarly, for this fruit of Srimad Bhagavatam, we need devotees, parampara, so that they make it, useful for us. And how they make it useful for us? Like we have Srila Prabhupada. Let's say we remove word to word meaning from the Srimad Bhagavatam, and we remove Srila Prabhupada purport from Srimad Bhagavatam. How many of us dare to then access Srimad Bhagavatam with the Sanskrit sloka and understanding everything? More or less, none of us, right? So our only success is because we have purports of Srila Prabhupada. So we understand, okay, what this verse is speaking, what Krishna is speaking. And how did Srila Prabhupada give purport to us? Because he had Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur had Bhakti Vinod Thakur. And in that line we see we have Sridhar Swami, then Swayam Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself. So it's like, everybody is making it relishable for the next generation. Generally I have seen when mothers, they feed their infant, right? So since the infant, they don't have teeth, right? So they can't take it out, and bite and chew like that. So how they give this? They mesh it completely, right? In Bengal also I have seen they do that. They mesh it and they make it in such a semi-liquid form that child can simply swallow inside. So in the same very way, acharyas, gurus, they make the scripture so much so practical that even an uneducated person with respect to Sanskrit or grammars and all that, they can understand the essence of scriptures as they are. Right? So that is the glorification of parampara. And then we discussed about that Galitam is like from all the side, it has only the essence. It is full with juice, pulp. And who has made it more sweeter? Sukadev Goswami. I have not yet tasted, like maybe we have to put some mangoes this season, and we also have to have some parrots who can eat little bit mango, and then we also start eating it. Then we'll have a practical taste that when the birds taste the fruit, it becomes very sweet. But here basically, because Sukadev Goswami spoke Srimad Bhagavatam in a very demanding situation, right? A person who is dying will not have much time in his hand now. And that particular situation, what is required? And that is the time when Sukadev Goswami gave the essence of Srimad Bhagavatam. Like you have heard that Srimad Bhagavatam in this earthly planet has the 18,000 verses. But Bhagavatam for Devatas, they are not having only 18,000 verses. They have lakhs of verses. Right? So Srimad Bhagavatam or Ramayana or Mahabharata, all these literatures, they are very vast for Devatas, demigods and other sages. But for human being, it is like given more in a summary form. Another example you can understand this, like when we give 10th and 12th exams. So that time you have got course book, maybe 8, 9 or 10 course books are there, right? But there is also, before the exams comes one more book which is a summary of all the subjects in that. What do you call it?
Compilation.
हाँ, लेकिन उसको एक अलग नाम से बुलाते हैं. अभी रिसेंट में वन बॉय had brought that to me, that वो जी इसमें ही पूरा मेरा है. डायमंड, हाँ डायमंड उसका रहता. हम लोग इसमें कुछ और नाम था उसका, भूल गया. बट उसके अंदर में यू विल हैव ऑल द 8 सब्जेक्ट इन वन बुक. सो इफ यू कैन डू रट्टा of that one book, you are sure to get 45 marks, 45% or 50% marks. You will pass exams. You may not score very good, but you will pass. And generally they use this diamond for emergency purpose. What is the emergency purpose? In the examination hall to cheat. Because you can't carry 8, 10 books together. So carry one where everything is there. So that, if let's say exam of mathematics is there, then immediately the same book will work. If exam of science is there, the same book will work. If exam of social science is there, the same book will work. If Sanskrit exam is there, same book will work. Similar is Srimad Bhagavatam. It has got everything included inside and then excluded all those things which are not very important. So on that basis, down the line in Parampara, Srimad Bhagavatam has come to us. Now further, the point is, if you have got such a wonderful fruit in your hand, what one should do? So here it is written, Ras Malayam. Pivata Bhagavatam Ras Malayam. Pivat means drink it. If, sometime you will see that when people, they go to some guest's home, so they bring, in normal place, they bring tea. Other places, when devotees go, then they will bring lemon water or fruit juice. So when that has come to you, what are you supposed to do? Drink it. But generally you will find people out of fashion, what they do? They'll take 1 or 2 sip and keep it. So it's a wastage for the person who brought it. And you also did not get a sufficient taste. While your mood is, your desire is there. If the same thing was given inside your home, you will say 2 cups. Right? Or maybe let's say you have, I've seen devotees, youth forum devotees, or maybe others also, brahmacharis also, don't worry. That when we go to somewhere for prasadam, then we keep our boundaries. Even if the taste is very good. Very few places, few people, they break their boundaries. When they feel that apnapan there. It's all about how much close you feel to that place. And based upon that, 4 podis can become 8 podis, 10 podis, 12 podis. But in general, when you go, even as a devotee, what do? You take half stomach. Because you want to make sure the other party that you do some austerities. Right? As a trained youth forum and as a brahmachari. So maybe if you have a desire to take, let's say 5, 6, you'll say, no, I just don't take 1, 2 is sufficient. Then little bit. This is a very common dialogue. Little. Maybe that little we can take 5 times. And that makes the entire, quota. But as such, that is seen. But when it is there inside, then inside we can eat, when it is served to us. And we can reserve it to eat further also. Isn't it? It happens or not? Let's say we have got some special sweets. So already it is served in our plate. And some of us, we have got access of having it extra. So we can take it and keep inside also. Right? Unfortunate sometimes is that it is caught. Right? Similar is Srimad Bhagavatam. First read as per the quota, minimum basic. And after that, reserve extra time to read further. It's not about many times devotees ask this question, Prabhu, what about reading? Hare, reading is not about chapatis. That somebody can estimate in that last 1 month you are eating 5 chapatis, so can you eat 5? Because physical body has physical limitations. But relishing Srimad Bhagavatam does not have any limitation. So you decide how much you want to read. There's nothing like that, out of 24 hours, if you read 10 hours, you will vomit out. But sure enough, you will vomit out if you are not doing any service and only for the sake of gaining name you are reading Bhagavatam. But as far Bhagavatam is concerned, how much it should be taken? As much as possible. Because let's say we have the tasty fruit with us or tasty dish with us, how much it should be taken? Now here is the difference. Here what will happen? You want to take much, but two problems happens. The one is stomach becomes tight, right? And slowly, when you start taking that particular dish for extra, let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you start losing taste for that particular food stuff also. Similar thing happens with the movies. You like a particular movie, then generally you have find people, sometimes they will go for 1 time, 2 time, 3 time, 4 time. Nowadays you have something, mobile ke andar mein you can see the movies, but earlier we all would go to movie theater. So some people would say, oh, the movie was so good, and I have seen it 10 times, right? But not 20 or 100 and 200 and 500 times. But after that, what happened? Once you have seen it for 8, 10, 12 times, you start feeling, Hare, theek hai. What to say of the people who are seeing, those who have acted in the movie? They start feeling frustrated about if the same movie is talked about every time. I practically saw one interview. There was a movie called DDLJ. Right? अब नाम लिया और हंसी आ रही, भागवतम में ऐसी हंसी कभी नहीं आई है. So there was a movie called DDLJ. Short form मैंने बोल दिया, long term आप समझ चुके हैं. So that I heard that movie continued for 1 year in some theaters. 24 hours, 1 year like that. So the actress who acted in that movie, she was giving some interview after 1 year. And somebody started talking about that movie to her. And in the live interview, she said that, don't you have anything else to talk? I am frustrated with this. So just see, those who have acted in, they are frustrated. What to say about those who have seen it? They also get frustrated. So nature of material taste is that when it is not there with you, you hanker. When you get it, it is limited, and when it is unlimited, you lose taste for it. There are the 3 problems, right? But Bhagavatam is not like that, and for that reason he says rasam alayam. One of the meaning of rasam we have discussed last class, right? Rasam means a fruit which is devoid of skin, or in South India also you get rasam. So what is the difference between rasam and sambar? For North Indian, everything is khata. This Dayalu came to me, and in one section, so he was telling that, this place I went and then everything is khata, khata and khata. So yes, from North Indian point of view, we may not find much difference of taste of sambar and rasam. But does anybody know what is the difference between rasam and sambar?
Sambar has got sabji, rasam does not have sabji.
Okay, so that's the one difference. Sambar has a sabji and rasam does not have a sabji. What else?
Sambar is thick, rasam
Rasam
is...
is very, very patla. Very patla. You can keep on drinking. Sambar you can't drink more. But rasam, you can have 5, 6, 10 glasses also. Next day you will have problem. But then you can have it. Similarly, here the rasam word means devoid of skin. So with this rasam, pivatam is connected. I have seen here when this summer season comes, now it will be coming very soon. So many devotees, they don't like to peel out mango or cut into the pieces. Just top uska hatao and सीधे मुंह में. Right? उसका दबा दबा करके, Then one, then after two, then after three, then after four, like it's called pivam. But then problem with this pivatam is it has got guthli. If you become too enthusiastic and उसको क्या कहते हैं दबाने को मैंगो को दबाने को क्या कहते हैं squeeze out too much then gutli will go inside, so you have to be careful in that. Slowly like that you have to take, and then after many things remains inside, then you have, start peeling out everything. But this fruit is without gutli, and also it does not have outer skin also. So you take and start, everything will go inside, 100% consumption. So pivatam with a rasam, it is so tasty that one should not simply. Acha, one more discussion. What is the difference between eating and drinking?
While eating we chew
Okay, while eating we chew, while drinking we don't chew. That's okay. What else? What else? Eating, you can't have too much quantity inside together. You'll have to take into small portion of morsels only. But drinking, guard. Right? If somebody gives you 1 glass of orange juice, how much time you should take to drink it? Few seconds. But if somebody gives you 1 glass full rice, how much time you should take? Some 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 7 minutes, something like that. So pivatam means fatafat, gatagat. So Bhagavatam is like this. It is so tasty that one should not take much time to get absorbed in this. Immediately one should get absorbed. So rasam alayam. Now, alayam word means is opposite of laya. Laya means liberation. And how many kinds of liberations are there? What are those 5 liberations? And sayujya. So laya means that which gives liberation. And what is liberation? Come out of the bodily concept of the life and come out of the modes of material nature. Alayam means something which goes beyond the laya. It means something which takes us beyond the liberation. See, liberation means we have come out of the bodily concept of the life. It means we have got situated on the soul platform. That is liberation. But yet, the swarupa of the soul, Jivera Sarup Hoy Krishna, Nitya Das, this is not yet established. So for that reason, those who are Brahmanandis, or impersonalists, they talk about getting free from the material nature. But after that, what are you supposed to do? And you remember, long back I had given one example for this. That let's say somebody is in a jail. So jail, he is suffering. Now he conducted very well in the jail. So what happened after that? Seeing his conduct, police officer gave him a release from the jail. But only extra thing was done. He was taken to the deserts of Rajasthan and left alone there. Now, which was more comfortable situation? The desert of Rajasthan or jail? At least in jail he was getting some food, some water, somebody to talk. So for that reason, that person, what he will say? It was better to be in the jail than being in the deserts of Rajasthan. So he'll come back to the jail and he'll talk to the officer. Sir, keep me here, only I'll cook. So he continues being in jail. Sometime he was like a Kadi, now he's a servant in the jail. But jail is a jail. Similarly, somebody who has not yet developed the personal relationship with Krishna, that sambandha is not established, but he tries to practice a spiritual life in terms of Brahman realization or Brahmananda. At the time of that, he may get released from the bodily concept of the life, but he will go and merge into Brahman, which is like a deserts of Rajasthan. There he is not getting any reciprocation by anybody, he is alone. So over a period of time, again he will remember those old sambandhas. So that person falls down back to the material nature. So he will talk to Durga Devi, that idhar hi rakh lijiye. So Durga Devi will say, it's a jail. He will say, no problem, I'll become social reformer. I'll come here, I'll not consume anything of myself, I'll be very truthful personality, I'll be very gentle, and I'll keep on helping poor, I'll keep on helping, needies, but I'll not become devotee. So that is the destination of only liberation. But then Bhagavatam first brings a person out of the bodily concept and situates him to the lotus feet of Krishna, establishes his sambandha by discussing about all different rasas in which one can establish his relationship with Sri Krishna. So since it is alayam, it takes one person beyond the bodily concept of life. So rasamalayam should be taken very sincerely and regularly. Also, one of the meaning of alayam is eighth bhava, which is called pralaya. The meaning of pralaya is fainting. In bhakti, somebody becomes so advanced that remembering Krishna, he simply faints. Do you remember any pastime of any devotee who exhibited this? Certainly the best example is Srimati Radharani. Then next is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Down the line of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, somebody, yes. Okay, Pundrik Vidyanidhi. One more. Nityananda, when he fainted,
during the pastime, Barapidam was chanted, he started dancing. And he fainted.
He danced and fainted. But somebody who just heard and fainted. Heard, fainted, became mad. Pundrik Vidyan is one example. One is Srivas Thakur. When he was hearing Srimad Bhagavatam, just by hearing the Leelas or Krishna Katha, he would get completely absorbed and then he would start behaving like a mad person, then he would sometimes faint. And the speaker felt, what a mad person has come in Srimad Bhagavatam, missing everything, throw him out. Right? So this pralaya is that particular situation where one is completely absorbed in Krishna. Don't try to artificially imitate it, you will land on to PG hospital. Right? And you will have to take a lot of medicine later. It is not something can be imitated. So now here question comes, ki, Are Baba, when I drink this juice and I faint only, then how can I drink more? Let's say sometimes such a tasty prasad is made and it is so rich also that two things happens. Either just you eat prasad and you get motions, then how will you eat more? And second, you eat and it is so rich that, क्या एक शब्द होता है ना, delirium ना, delirium, right word ना, delirium. So you become, उसका adjective क्या होगा? Delirium, you understand the word meaning of delirium? Means कुछ समझ में नहीं आ रहा है, घूम रहा है, माथा गिर गए उधर. इतना प्रसाद अच्छा था कि खा करके प्लेट पे ही सो गए. Right? Then how will you eat more further? Because more dishes are coming. With one dish, that is your situation. And it happens. It's not something artificial. I have seen devotees sometimes. Whenever the special prasad is there, you see their face, make a video of it. It's an example of derailed. The big face, big muskan and big eyes, and plates inke saath going here, going there. Only thing is that seniors should not be there. If you want to realize it, you have to keep yourself in one corner and from there you watch. So you can see that. So he questions this, that if somebody takes this rasamalayam, this rasa, he drinks and get fainted, then how can he realize further? He says, no problem. When you got fainted, take some rest. Again, when you are come out of the fainting situation, drink it. Drink, faint, drink, faint, drink, faint, faint, drink. It means what? On a regular basis, repeatedly go and approach Srimad Bhagavatam. Not that one very fine day, achanak se you remember that last 1 year I have not touched Srimad Bhagavatam. So today I have made my mood. Today I have made my mood. I have heard this also. Devotee say, Prabhu, आज मेरा mood है भागवतम का. तो बाकी दिन कौन सा mood लेके चल रहे थे? Right? It's a very common problem with each of us. None of us we are left out. Don't worry. Like yesterday we heard purpose of Srimad Bhagavatam. Who should be sitting here? A person who is completely free from all the vices. None of us we are like that. So we are sitting here only with the shelter of Prabhupada's purport. And we are simply trying to speak that and make some understanding. But each of us, we have got this common problem with each, quite a regular basis, that we do not approach Srimad Bhagavatam on a regular basis. Is right or wrong? It's right. Many of us, we are periodic with weeks. In 1 week, one time I touch Bhagavatam. Some of us, we may be periodic with months. In 1 month, I have touched Bhagavatam. Some of us, we could be periodic in quarter. Right? Once in a 3 month, I touched Bhagavatam. Some of us, we could be yearly, like mango season. So somebody asks you, okay, why do you read Bhagavatam in once in a year? It takes time to fructify. One season takes to come to the juice of Srimad Bhagavatam. But that's what Bhagavatam is saying. The first sloka is saying how exactly one should approach Srimad Bhagavatam. It says, Pibata Bhagavatam Rasmalayam. What is that? Muhuruhu. Muhuruho Rasika Bhuvi Bhavukaha. Bhuvi Bhavukaha. Bhavuka means very auspicious person. And bhava means that permanent taste for that. One is called intermittent taste and one is called permanent taste. So who can relish Srimad Bhagavatam? Who have got permanent taste in Krishna. Who have got permanent taste in Krishna's name. Who have got permanent taste in Krishna's Leela. That person can regularly approach Srimad Bhagavatam, not the Jnanis, not the Yogis. If somebody only for the sake of gaining more knowledge he is approaching Srimad Bhagavatam, then he will not be a regular person in that. Then what he will do? He will only be approaching those sections of Srimad Bhagavatam which touches his intellectual capacity. And rest of the thing he'll keep on aside. And with Karma Yogi, what he will do? He will go for those sections of Srimad Bhagavatam which brings him money. That is called Bhagavad Saptaha. So these two kind of audience will approach Srimad Bhagavatam. But how a devotee approaches Srimad Bhagavatam? In a mood of service and in a mood of humility. Because he wants to take shelter of Krishna. And that is the reason he is called Bhavukaha, very auspicious person. What is the simple meaning of auspicious? Nectar of Devotion say, Shubhda. Auspicious means all inauspicious events are gone. And that's what in the morning today we were discussing about, that Sati, she is telling to Daksha that what a nonsense person you are. What do you think of yourself? You have simply become manager of one Brahmand. Now why we are saying manager? Because CEO is Brahmaji. And under Brahmaji, all these Prajapatis are put. And in that, Daksha is made as the chairman committee. He is the prime Prajapati. This much has only gone to his head and is blown off. He forgot Shiva, he forgot Brahma. Most probably, he had forgotten Vishnu also in the heart, only did not speak out. Because he knew that Vishnu had a chakra sitting in Vishnu Loka, also he can throw. So didn't speak anything much about it. But then he forgot everybody. He got so much so derailed, right? He got derailed from his consciousness so much so that he started ignoring all the important people. Swati said, "Oh, my father, don't be such a foolish personality. First of all the property of Brahman doesn't belong to you. You have got certain section to handle, right? And top of that, you are simply a jiva who have some fixed amount of time to live. No, even myself as Sati, we have appeared from your body. It's not that you are the owner of my body. And forget about Lord Shiva. Do you understand his position? He has got special wealth. So physical aspect is separate. But what wealth Lord Shiva has got? Taste in holy name. Nam Dhan. This Nama Dhan has come to him, right? And which makes every other wealth as totally insignificant. If somebody has developed taste in the holy name, right? You will see even in Kali Yuga. Srila Prabhupada gives one example of Calcutta's one businessman. What was his name? I forgot. No, that's something Lal Babu or something like that. You know, Srila Prabhupada, either in Chaitanya Charitamrita or somewhere, he mentions about his name. So he was a very wealthy person in Calcutta. But then, when he developed bhakti for Krishna, and there's a long pastime of that person, that how he developed bhakti for Krishna. He went to some place and some kind of interaction happened with one particular devotee who was very simple, washing his cloth on the river. Some kind of, details are there. But then, meeting that devotee, when he understood the value of relationship with Krishna and he developed that taste in the holy name, he simply gave all his wealth to his family. And with nothing, he left for Vrindavan. And he remained always blissful being in Srimad Vrindavan Dham. Even now also, when we go to Vrindavan Dham, okay, we may not differentiate now here for this particular thing, but you'll find many people who have developed some taste in Krishna's holy name or Krishna's Leela or Krishna service. They were all in a very big position. They gave up their position and simply, accepted a very simple down-to-earth life on the basis of the holy name. But you will not find any person that who had a complete taste in the holy name and he gave up the holy name and then it came and started having the riches. If somebody simply was doing a show of taste in the holy name, he will fall back. But somebody who has developed real taste, like another example, we have Bhaktivinoda Thakur. What a position he had. If 500 years back, that position you talk about for today is a very, very big position and a lot of wealth. But then, how much time he took for him? He just wanted to complete his duty, completed, and left. Right? So, somebody who developed the taste in this holy name, that person is auspicious person. That person is bhavukaha. So, if at all somebody should lament, one should lament for that, why I am not developing the taste in the holy name. Why I am not yet developing that taste for serving Krishna. Why I am still worried about so many things around my life. That how nicely I should be settled, how much I should be protected, how much I should be secure, how much I should be established, how many people I should have, how many people should respect me, how many people I should control, how many people should follow me. All these things are useless in front of developing some taste in the holy name. And there we are failed repeatedly. Each of us, we are failed repeatedly. That's not happening. So that should be the most inauspicious thing in our life. And if by the touch of Srimad Bhagavatam, we can come out of this particular problem, then that particular situation becomes the auspicious situation. So continuous touch of Srimad Bhagavatam, continuous association of Srimad Bhagavatam gives so much beautiful narrations of different pure devotees and their relationship with Krishna, that slowly we feel inspired by that. And as we feel inspired by those pastimes, Sometime we desire to be like that. So that particular moment of the desire to become like that or just to follow that example, that is called auspicious situation in the life. That is called bhavukaha. Right? So muhuruha rasika bhuvi bhavukaha. And again the word has come rasika. Rasika means those who understand the rasa. What do you say? Another, in English, what do you say? Connoisseur of the taste. Right? Those who have a taste, like, some people, by smell they can understand. Namak kam hai. Right? None of us, we are at least at this point of time, but I know Chakradhari was like that. At least he would say. That Chakradhari Prabhu, he will say that the smell is saying that, salt is less. That's called connoisseur of the taste. He has really that taste कि भाई थोड़ा सा भी उसका नमक का भी कोई smell होता है, मुझे अभी तक नहीं पता चला. But he could. Similarly, some people you will find, they'll do like this. उसका धुआं जो होता है उसको अपनी नाक की तरफ लेकर के आते रहते हैं. आपने देखा है कि नहीं देखा है? And from there they will test कैसा बना है. Right? Then some people will have यहाँ पे थोड़ा सा लेके भालो, या फिर इसमें मसाला कम है या मसाला कच्चा है, तुरंत बता देते. और कुछ लोगों के लिए उसमें नमक नहीं है तो भी सब ठीक है. Right? In our Gokuldham, this is the greatest struggle I have. That none of the devotee here you can trust them for tasting. I have tested everybody for this taste. Everybody will say it's perfect, it's all right. And after that, when you start eating, you understand salt is less. One day, I think just couple of days back, 2-3 days ही हुआ होगा, एक सप्ताह भी हुआ होगा मेरे ख्याल से. Dal has got double salt. And then when I took in the first morsel, it was like too much. And I asked Tarun Gauranga, did not anybody say anything? They are taking sufficient. I said, how can they take? So to doubt on me, I made Tarun Gauranga taste. And when he saw me, ये कैसे कोई खा सकता है? And when I asked later certain devotee, he said, चटनी मिला के खा लिया. So these persons you can't talk about, okay, क्या दाल बना है, क्या सब्जी बनी है, ठीक है. उनके लिए सब कुछ क्या है? ब्रह्मन. ब्रह्म में कुछ भी खाओ. Right? So rasika means those who understand or those who are expert in taste. Another time also it happened. It was too much jhal. Jhal, you understand? Chili. And I, in my role of a senior, I asked Tarun, "Arey, go and tell this much chili should not be there, piles ho jayegi." And नीचे से feedback आया, it is very tasty. Everybody is saying it's very peaceful. कुछ झाल नहीं लग रहा है. मैं कहा, very good. Right? So rasika means you understand rasa first. समझ में आना चाहिए कि लेमन राइस किसको कहते हैं. Lemon rice doesn't mean you made it yellow. Corn rice doesn't mean that you make a rice, put corn in it. It is some way of cooking. Right? Similarly, another example I'll give you. We should give our own place example only so that nobody can question that kahan ka uda rahe. 3 days back, we were making corn rice. So for that, I made rice. Now, sometime when in association you stay, you lose your confidence. You trust people for no reason sometime. So I made perfect rice. And just to have the second call, generally they use it in medical. क्या second advice ना, एक डॉक्टर को दिखाया तो दूसरे को भी दिखा लेते हैं, फिर कंफर्म हो जाएगा कि हाँ यही प्रॉब्लम है. इसको कहते हैं सेकेंड कॉल या क्या, इसको एक प्रॉपर नाम है इसका. You understood. So I also did the same. I was confident. Rice is perfectly okay and this is what I need. I asked my cook, So is that right? That fellow came and, in such an intense voice, he said, Prabhuji, eta extra cook hoi gaye chhe. Now, being it a basmati rice, I got afraid. Only for that day, पता नहीं क्यों मैं afraid हो गया थोड़ा सा. Generally मैं नहीं होता हूँ इन सब मामले में. But it's a basmati. So I said, ताकि करो. तो एक तो ठंडा जल दिए थी. और लाया पट से पूरा ठंडा जल मार दिया उसके. Now when we had this corn rice, we were eating, I could sense that hardness little bit. Right? How many of you felt that hardness little bit? You see, now only 1-2% we felt. You need to have rasikas. मिला ही नहीं क्या? अच्छा तुम ब्राह्मण वाले हो गए. Brahmans means जिसको रस ही नहीं मिला. There was something, not too much. It's like 90% को 10% थोड़ा सा और हो जाता तो अच्छा था. But उसको क्या समझने वाला होना चाहिए, right? So many items are like that. When by the name it come in front of you, when you taste it, you have to give name, right? By name it comes. Like often I see that we get lemon rice, jeera rice, That's the kind of ignorance of the cook. He did not understand earlier what is called jeera rice, so I know what he did. He made rice, he put, he burned the jeera and added it. He said rice ke andar jeera hai, that is called jeera rice. It happened twice. And somehow that he was honest that day, he accepted, etai to bola jai na Prabhu. Then I don't know, it's not like jeera rice. But then, often, last 20 years I am eating lemon rice. Not 20 years, more than 25 years. 20 years. It is 2005, it is 2020, 21 years. From Kharagpur to Minto Park till here. On the name of lemon rice, it becomes turmeric rice. It has rice, it is yellow, it has black mustard seed except lemon. Right? So, why it happens? Because to make a lemon rice, you should be South Indian. How a Bihari, how a Bengali understand what is called lemon rice? So what they understand, lemon rice means it appears yellow. So you make yellow rice and maybe keep lemon aside. A rice which has got assistant as lemon is called lemon rice. But they forget that some kind of ginger also go inside, some kind of little green chilies also go inside, little chock of hing also goes inside, and then lemon also should be there in the lemon rice. Then you taste, then okay, some mild taste of lemon sugar. Again, it should not be like, lemon juice. Why I am giving you such a detailed example is the word called rasika. So those who are rasikas, they will immediately find out, and generally these people are not liked by the kitchen people. Because whatever they will take first core, immediately they start their feedback. इटा एरकम होले भालो होतो. अब समस्या उसकी क्या है कि उसको टेस्ट है इतना, राइट? वो कुछ भी खाएगा धप से निकल जाता है उसके मुंह से, बचा नहीं पाता अपने को. That is also not good. Rasikas are self-absorbed, not extrovert. One should not show his taste in bhakti to others. Right? So Rasikas people means though there is a difference between being Rasika and Sahajiya. Understood? Difference between Rasika and Sahajiya. Like another day he was giving me example, Dev Jyoti, that Kirtan in the academic terms, Kirtan, playing Mridanga, Kratal in the Kirtan, this is not taught into graduation. This is taught in masters or PhD. That is the qualification of Kirtan. The variations and all that. And giving this, he gave another example. That he said, I have seen only one Kirtaniya or two Kirtaniyas like that who made unlimited variation. And for that, he gave one Pada Kirtan example. Then one person had come in a winter, abhi chilly winter tha na yahan pe. वैसे winter में, he was only with the Uttari. Everybody else was like topi and other thing, and that person was playing with Mridanga and the person was singing, they were sweating like anything. So I said, were they devotees? He said, no, they were Kirtaniyas. They were not Kirtaniyas, then they were singers. क्यों? क्योंकि इतना पसीना ऊपर से बहा करके आने के बाद स्टेज के पीछे जाके 2 पैक मारा. इसको कीर्तनिया नहीं कहते, ये रसिकास भी नहीं है. दिस इज कॉल्ड सहजियास. Rasikas means as much as they taste the nectar of Krishna consciousness, to that degree they become humble. They start seeing themselves very low, right? And in that mood, they want to serve. So, conclusion here in this verse, Sukadeva Goswami is saying that Krishna is the reservoir of all the rasa. There's one book also, na, Srila Prabhupada ka, Krishna, reservoir of all, something, Rasraj Krishna. So Krishna is Rasaraj. He's a king of all the rasas. So one should learn to lick Krishna. Even if you have this taste, like some people like salty, some people like sweet, some people like dry, some people like lot of juice around, some people like khata, some people like Gujarati khana meetha, some people like everything, dahi hona chahiye uske andar. Now, no kitchen can make all the item together. But Krishna is such a person who has all the taste. Somebody wants to love Krishna, considering Krishna as his son. Yes, Krishna is like that. Somebody wants to love Krishna as lover. Yes, Krishna is like that. Somebody wants to serve Krishna as a friend. Yes, Krishna is like that. Somebody wants to serve Krishna as servant. Krishna is like that. So one verse in Srimad Bhagavatam, Mallanam Ashnirinam Nara Vara स्त्रीणाम स्मरो मूर्तिमान गोपी नाम स्वजनो सताम क्षिति भुजाम शास्त स्वपित्रो शिशु मृत्यु भोजा पतेर विराट अविदुषम तत्वम परम योगिनाम वृष्णीनाम पर देवतेति विदितो रंगम गतः साग्रजः. So this verse basically explains about that when Krishna came to Mathura and he was coming to that battlefield, many people, they were observing Krishna. And how did they see Krishna? As per their relation and their mood, they saw Krishna. Mallanam Ashinir Nrinam. How did Malla saw? A perfect death personified is coming. Nara Vara. And how Nrinam Nara Vara? How the king saw? The best of the kings or the human. Strinam Smaro Murtiman. How does Striya, ladies, they saw? Lover. Right? They saw him like a lover. So like that, many now, think. Gopa Nam. Gopa means Sakha of Krishna, friends of Krishna. How did they see Krishna? Swajana, apna vyakti. Krishna is a Swajana for Brajavasi. So they saw him like this. And like that, Sthiti Bhujanam Sasta Swapitro Shishu, those who were elderly, they saw Krishna. छोटा सा बच्चा जा रहा है, ये कुबल्य पीड़ छोड़ेगा क्या, चारुर मुस्तिक छोड़ेगा? चारुर मुस्तिक देख रहा है मेरा मृत्यु आ रहा है. और जो पिता है नंद बाबा और ये सब, वो क्या देख रहे हैं? इतना छोटा सा बच्चा उधर जा रहा है. मृत्यु भोजा पतेर वृदात. जो भोजाज हैं, भोजा मतलब कंसा, they are seeing Krishna as मृत्यु कमिंग अगेन. वृष्णि नाम, वो देवताओं के जैसे देख रहे हैं कि मेरा कोई देवता इधर आ गया. So everybody is able to see, and Krishna is reciprocating with them in the same fashion. It's not that when Chanur and Mustik is seeing Krishna, Krishna gave some, smile to see him as a friend. No. They saw Krishna as death personified, and Krishna also made them to see Krishna as death personified. And in the same moment, when the lady saw Krishna as lover, Krishna showed them that loving glances. How many of you can be simultaneously loving to somebody and angry to somebody? On the same given situation. How many of us we can do that? Not. Once you shout, then you are shouting. At least for 10 minutes. उसके बाद फिर मूड ठंडा करके किसी से ढंग से बात कर लियो, अलग बात. अगर ठंडा होकर के बात कर रहे हो तो गुस्सा होने के लिए थोड़ा समय लगता है, समझना पड़ता है क्या हुआ अभी अचानक से. राइट? सडनली आप नहीं गुस्सा हो पाते. गुस्सा होने के लिए बिल्डअप करना पड़ता है, थोड़ा सा बिल्डअप हो गया, बम से निकला एक बार. बट कृष्णा, ही इज नॉट चेंजिंग एनी एक्सप्रेशन, बट मीन टाइम ही इज रेसिप्रोकेटिंग ऑल द एक्सप्रेशंस. दैट इज व्हाट Sri Krishna is. And that Sri Krishna, along with his devotees, they are in Srimad Bhagavatam. That is the reason why a Bhavuka should keep on rehearsing Krishna. So that is what the beauty of Srimad Bhagavatam is. So Srimad Bhagavatam is such a wonderful literature, is that it gives you discipline, it gives you inspiration, it gives you hopes, it gives you taste, and it gives you love for Krishna altogether. If you read Srimad Bhagavatam, you will never become hopeless. How many story comes in Srimad Bhagavatam which goes hope against hope? Ajamil, one example. Uttara and what is his king name? Huh? Parikshit. Acha, Uttara Parikshit you said. Okay, yes. I was thinking Pururva and Urvashi. Right? What a lowly person, Pururva seems. None of the sadhaka can fall down that much. But even that person can achieve Krishna. So when we read this pastime, it gives lot of hopes that don't worry, there can be some struggle in Krishna consciousness because of our fallen nature and because of the fallen place together. But there is a hope. There's hope for everybody. And that is the reason why we should take much more shelter of Srimad Bhagavatam. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ji ki jai. Yadai Gaur Premanande, Hare Hare Bo. अच्छा वो एक लाइन भी से हटा सकते हैं